All right, so I've put the SSID and the password for our home Wi-Fi, and that's telling the Shelly how to connect to become part of our network. So now it takes a couple seconds. Okay, so now it's been added. And so we can go into Discover Devices, and there it is. And so we can test it. And it works. So now we're going to add it. And then I always start with the light, and we have to give it a name. So this is Lanai Light, and we choose what room it's going to go in, and we save it. And then ask if you want to connect to the cloud, which I always do. So one thing to keep in mind is that it looks like it only added one device, but there's actually two devices in that box. And so when it finishes adding, as it's done here, it creates a Lanai Light, which is what we named it, which is basically switch 1. And then it added number 2, Lanai Light, which is the fan. And so I can test that, and the fan is going. And the light's on. So now these both work. And so then I just go into Lanai 2, and it still has that goofy name, right? Because that should really be Lanai Fan. So we go to Settings, and then Edit Device, and it's a lot more complicated than it should be. For some unknown reason, they don't have a fan icon, so I just use this little guy getting whacked by blades. And then I can fix the name up here. Lanai Fan, fan, and save it. So now it's Lanai Light and Lanai Fan. And then the other thing that I'll show you when I add it to Alexa is that here it's called the light. Alexa doesn't know that it's a light. And so we'll have to change that later. So now I'm gonna go ahead, and since we got it hooked up to Shelly, we know it all works, I'm gonna pack it up and hope that none of the